as he came off the bench yesterday in Rowan's win against Carnegie Mellon. He's getting the starting nod today, and we'll see who picks him up, whether it be Jesse Halfmeister or maybe Tommy Kelly for the Cardinals.
Catholic, the landmark champs, an at-large bid for the Rowan props, and Rowan controls possession to start this one out. Their starting five, as Ryan just mentioned: Khalif Mears, Marcellus Ross, who just pulled the trigger from three off the mark. Offensive rebound from Robinson. Ross going to try again for three. This time knocks it down.
And you could see on that first possession it was Tommy Kelly who was on Khalif Mears instead of Jesse Halfmeister on that first possession.
So it's Mears, Ross, Robinson, Knoll, and Butler, the starting five. Countering for Aaron Kelly's crew, Halfmeister, who has the ball with Seiki, Timby, Kelly, and Hines, the same starting five as yesterday for the Cardinals. Enzo Seiki, the big fella, takes the three and knocks it down. A great sign for the Cardinals if he's going from deep early.
That's a big shot for Seiki. He's one of their biggest players, but still one of their most prolific three-point shooters on this Cardinal team.
Seiki, 21 points in the win yesterday, went 4 of 8 from downtown. A lot of his points coming in that second half. And there is Jasir Knoll, one of the best players scoring-wise in the country this season. The NJAC Player of the Year for a second straight season. Gets his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, Knoll started off fast yesterday, but ended up being in foul trouble for the majority of that first half. We'll see if he gets into foul trouble tonight.
Still finished with 22 points to lead Rowan in their win. Here's Jake Timby. And this is the Cardinals we're used to seeing. They're top 15 in the country in three-point percentage. Marcellus Ross trying to answer off target. Mikey Robinson on the offensive glass. Got fouled and took a spill down on the baseline. He'll head to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And on the other end, that's just such a tough shot by Jake Timby. That quick release off one dribble, able to just drain that three from the left wing.
Timby was quiet yesterday. 1 of 7 from the floor, 0 of 4 from 3. Catholic had a woeful shooting start to the game yesterday, 3 of 17, which had them fall into a 30-9 hole. Mikey Robinson at the foul line, sinks the first free throw, and this is the bread and butter for this Rowan team, as we saw yesterday, Ryan. 35 free throw attempts. They made 26. They're top 5 in the country, number 2 in free throws made per game, also top 10 in free throws attempted. Robinson off on his second.
Yeah, Joey, the props made it an emphasis in that second half against Carnegie Mellon to get to the free throw line, and that's what ended up being the focal point in their double-digit comeback victory in the second half of last night's game.
Yeah, they really muddied up the game down the stretch there. Just started going inside, drawing foul after foul, and that allowed them to battle back. They also overcame a double-digit deficit. Like you said, they were down by 11 to the Tartans. Late in that second half, we're fighting back.
Surprised there was no foul call on that shot by
Tommy
Seiki.
Kelly. The 3 ball is dropping for the Cards in the opening minutes. They're 3 for 3 from deep to get things started.
And that's huge, as this gets this crowd all fired up.
Worked over to Booty Butler. We didn't see him take too many shots yesterday. He's off on the 3 ball there.
Yeah, not one of the main scorers on this Rowan team, but still a very willing shooter when called upon.
No, it's Knoll, Mears, and Ross who are the 3-headed monster for Rowan. There were 3 of the top 4 scorers in the NJAC this season, all averaging over 18 a game. Here's Halfmeister, the 4-time first-team all-landmark selection, second player in program history to do so. Here's Butler driving inside and draws the foul. And there you see kind of the difference in styles here. Catholic very predicated on the 3 ball, and Rowan, outside of Ross, a lot of their offense is about getting inside the lane.
Yeah, Catholic as a whole, a very solid three-point shooting team. Every player on the floor right now can shoot it and make it very well for this Cardinals team.
They get the foul on Brian Herbert. He was out yesterday in the game. The Cardinals still missing Sean Nealon as well, as the team had the flu going around this week. But they do get Herbert back in this one. Butler sinks the first free throw.
Yeah, Herbert, the sophomore, has been a very important piece to this Cardinal team, although an underclassman, still averaging double-digit points this season for the Cardinals.
And a 2-for-2 trip. A 9-8 ball game early. Keep in mind, this Rowan team, despite what you saw yesterday, one of the top scoring teams in the country. Now, don't get me wrong, this Cardinals team can score with the best of them as well. Timby, a pump fake into the corner. Seiki going to try his second 3 ball. They're on fire. They get things going in this one.
And Enzo Seiki is locked in. That's already his second 3 of the first half.
The grad student getting it done. Ball ripped away. It's on the deck. Bodies diving everywhere. Nice pass inside from Robinson. Took the bump. And that's 2 quick fouls from Herbert off the bench.
Yeah, it's tough as Herbert was caught in a bad spot as Robinson had inside position, and Herbert almost forced to commit a foul there to prevent an easy layup.
And give credit to Jazir Knoll. It just seems like he's always making the right play. That was a fantastic pass after picking that ball up off the deck.
Yeah, that ball was on a frozen rope as I didn't even see Robinson open from all the way up here, but he did.
Mikey sinks the first foul shot. He was kind of an unsung hero for the Profs yesterday. Made several key defensive plays in the second half that prevented several what looked like would be easy buckets for Carnegie Mellon. Robinson, a couple blocks, a couple steals. And he's got 3 makes at the foul line to start things off in this one to make it 12-10.
Yeah, Robinson was doing it all on defense for the Profs yesterday. Diving on the floor as we see a steal by Mears.
And driving inside. The defensive player of the year in the NJAC. Stepping up there to make the lay-in. Kelly breaks the press easily into the corner. Seiki, he's been feeling it, tries another one. Why not?
Enzo Seiki is locked in. He has not missed a shot yet as he is now 3 for 3 from downtown.
Catholic is 5 for 5 as a team in the first 4 minutes. Noah lost his footing, got the pass away to Ross. Ross going to pull the trigger himself and knocks it down.
And these teams are just going blow for blow right now as we've already got 15 points each in just the first 4 minutes of this game.
Marcellus Ross is one of the most prolific three-point shooters in program history at Warren. He came into the weekend at 253 career three-pointers made, 18 away from the school record. Driving inside, that was Timby off. Halfmeister tried to rip it away, but it goes out of bounds. And we'll have a substitution, but first we'll go to the under 16 timeout. Both offenses locked in the early minutes. We're tied at 4 of 7. Catholic 5 of 8. Catholic is 5 for 5 from 3-point range to kick this ball game off. Couple subs coming in during the timeout. For the first time, subbing in is Chris McCarron for the Profs. C.J. Ruoff and Dan Buckley subbed in for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and Joey, this is a exact opposite start to this game as it was for both teams. As we see an air ball on that layup by Marcellus Ross.
Great shot contest from Halfmeister. And Mikey Robinson commits a foul in the front court on Buckley. First team foul on the Profs. And Herbert actually going to sub back in. At least it appeared so. Now he does. As well as... that is...
We got Jamie Ntiemwa into the game for the Cardinals now as well.
So a little more size out on the floor for the Cardinals now.
Yeah, and Ntiemwa, not the biggest player on this Cardinals team, but he definitely shows by far the most hustle when it comes to Cardinal forwards on this team.
Timby, the only starter remaining on the floor for the Cardinals. Buckley coming around a screen from Ntiemwa. Worked over to Timby. Timby got Ross on skates, tries the jumper and got the bounce.
Yeah, and a soft touch on the shot by Timby. Great pump fake to get Marcellus Ross sliding to the floor, and he's able to get that jumper to go.
Now Ross trying to answer himself, blows right by Ntiemwa to the rack for 2.
And Ntiemwa lucky that there was no foul call on that layup by Ross as he tried to swipe down at the ball as Ross was going up with the left hand.
Pass lofted, Ruoff did a lot to get to it, and Knoll comes away with the steal. Great start for Marcellus Ross in this one. He's got 8 of 17 for Rowett. Here's Knoll, has his pocket picked by Ntiemwa. Running the break the other way, poked away by Mears from behind. And there you see the speed from number 0 in yellow tonight.
Yeah, as you said yesterday, Mears is the fastest player on the floor. And again, you see the hustle and the defensive ability of Mears as he was able to get all ball on that steal and knock it out of bounds.
Mears, a transfer from Harcum Community College in his first season with the Profs, and I'd say it's been an impactful one. Rowan trying to get to the Sweet 16 for back-to-back seasons after they got there last year after hosting the first and second round. Catholic got their first tournament win in their first tournament appearance since 2016 last night. It was their first tournament win since the 2015 year. Here's Tommy Kelly, the senior, left it short. Long rebound, bounces back to Kelly.
Kelly now switched on to the bigger Knoll.
Buckley, a floater in the lane, rims out, tipped up in the air. Herbert comes down with it and got fouled on the way up. We'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, they're going to get McCarron on that foul. It's great hustle on the offensive glass by Brian Herbert. Able to earn himself 2 free throws at the stripe.
Karen looked like he almost forced a jump ball there, but they said he had hold of the arm of Herbert, who will take his first trip to the foul line of the weekend. And Herbert knocks down the first free throw. Again, Catholic was down 30-9 at one point in the first half yesterday before rallying back and making it a 5-point game at halftime. It was a heck of a run for Aaron Kelly's crew. Came away with a thrilling win in overtime. Herbert knocks down both free throws.
Yeah, they ended that first half on an 18-5 run or an 18-7 run to make that a game and open up the door for themselves to come back and win that game last night.
Drew Amos fading on the baseline. It's off. Spivey got a piece of the rebound, but it ends up with Kelly. Spivey and Amos subbed in during that last free throw attempt. Kelly crossing over, up over McCarron, rims out. Rebound is off of the props and will stay down at this end.
And that's just inexcusable if you're Nolan Amos, as they were both fighting for the same rebound with no Catholic players around them, and they end up losing that rebound, and Catholic gets the ball back.
Halfmeister and Seiki back into the game for Catholic. They're now rolling with Seiki, Halfmeister, Buckley, Herbert, and Kelly. Booty Butler also sub back in for Rowan. Halfmeister gets it into Seiki, guarded by Amos. Seiki trying to bully him. Nice move inside. Couldn't get the bounce. Gets his own miss. Trying to go back up, off again, and Butler comes down with the board.
And if you're Catholic, you take that matchup all day. Seiki matched up against the undersized Amos.
Nice feed down low to Spivey, trying to go up over Seiki. He can't. Gets his own miss. Swatted away by Seiki. Out of bounds. It was tipped off at Catholic, so we'll stay down at this end.
Seiki making his presence felt on both ends of the floor as he gets that block on Spivey.
Mears will take it out for Rowan. Comes up top to Butler, down to 15 on the shot clock. Mears crosses over. Didn't see him take too many jumpers yesterday. That one is too strong.
Yeah, the jumper, not one of the strong suits of Khalif Mears, but still a prolific scorer for this props team.
Herbert driving along the baseline, gets met by 2 defenders, goes up over Amos, and a foul will be called. Herbert goes back to the free throw line. That was something Catholic really struggled with yesterday. 4 of 13 at the foul line, and a couple misses in that overtime allowed Worcester State to get a couple of chances to tie the game late, but both of their 3-pointers were off.
Yeah, Catholic, a very solid free throw shooting team, shooting just under 80% this season as Herbert knocks down the first.
Herbert now 3 for 3 at the line. Googie Seidman waiting to sub in. If the free throw is made, it is. And Herbert will get a breather. Now 4 points on the night. And Seidman coming back in for the Cardinals.
Coach Kelly going deep into his bench tonight, as we haven't seen a lot of Googie Seidman this season, but here he is getting some run in the NCAA tournament.
Did play a few minutes yesterday for Catholic. Obviously, Nealon being out helps others get into the rotation a little more. Mears going to try the 3-ball, steps into it, and knocks it down.
And that's big by Mears, as his defensive and offensive impact inside are huge for the Profs. So any 3-ball that falls for Mears is just a bonus.
Third
Rowan.
make from deep. And now he picks the pocket of Halfmeister, and Rowan out on the run. 3-on-1 opportunity. Mears going right at Seidman for the deuce.
And that's a beautiful Euro step by Mears, as again you see the defensive ability as he was able to pick the pocket and get that layup to go on the other end.
We knew that'd be a tough matchup for the Cardinals just by his speed and burst to the rim alone. 7 points in the early going. Catholic moving it around. Now trying to settle into a set. Here's Halfmeister, who had 21 in the win yesterday. Turns and rises over Butler. It's off the mark.
But you keep taking that shot if you're Jesse Halfmeisters. That one was halfway down, but bounced back out.
He's so good around the lane of getting that shot up over a defender. Named the Player of the Year in the Landmark Conference this year. Butler gets called for the offensive foul, and that was good positioning there from Tommy Kelly to draw it.
That's great straight-up defense by Kelly, taking that contact, and we'll be going the other way as we take a timeout.
Under 12 media timeout, 22-21. 11:27 to go in the first half. This is the first game that tipped off of the second round. Everybody completing their first round games yesterday. And games will be going on throughout the night. And out of the media timeout, Ruoff turns it over. Butler swiped it away from him. Here is Khalif Mears, been the impact player for the Profs so far. 7 points. Trying to drive at Seiki, goes up off the glass. What a tough bucket from Mears.
That's a tough move by Mears. Not much you can do if you're Seiki. He was right there, but Mears still able to get that layup to go off the glass.
Obviously just trying to put some size at him, but Mears himself is a lanky player at 6'3". Here's Seiki driving inside. Robinson cuts him off, high off the window and no good. Rebound tipped around and Ross comes up with it. Marcellus stepping into a three ball, rattles down. Timeout taken from Catholic, just 30 seconds, so we'll keep it right here. But the Props silence in this crowd early on here.
That's the largest lead.
Cardinals, and also a family connection. Pat Buckley, who's the uncle of Dan Buckley, was on that Catholic squad, and he scored 11 points in that win. So some cool ties between then and now in this matchup today. We'll see what Aaron Kelly had to say during that timeout.
Yeah, it was a fast start in the early stages for the Cardinals, as their offense has kind of slowed down a little bit in the last few minutes.
Halfmeister trying a three, left it short. Robinson down there for the rebound. Up the floor to Ross. He's been in the groove in this first half. That one's off target.
That was a heat check for Marcellus.
He's already in double figures with 11. Timby in the corner. Working around a screen from Seiki. Timby picks up his dribble. Back out to Halfmeister. Now Seiki with Robinson on him, the shorter defender. Seiki just buoys him to the rim for the lay-in.
And that's going to be the X factor for the Cardinals on offense today, as Seiki is a matchup nightmare for most of these Rowan players.
And Robinson tough defensively, but Seiki just using his size there. So's Knoll, driving right at Seiki at the other end.
And that's a beautiful in and out crossover by Knoll, able to freeze Seiki and get just a step on him and get that layup to go.
Kelly throws up that floater with the right hand off the glass and no good. Battling for the rebound. Bodies on the floor. Who's going to come up with it? Rowan actually calls a timeout to have possession. The arrow was with Catholic. So a heads-up play by the first-year coach, Eric Brennan. Yep, the last time that they got to the Sweet 16 was back in the 2002 season, when Catholic actually didn't have to play a first-round game that year. They started off in the second round, took down Hampton-Sydney before falling to Clark in the Sweet 16. Ross up and under, off target. Knoll on the offensive glass, and they're going to have to find a way to slow that down.
And the combination of Knoll and Mears has been a problem for the Cardinals so far inside.
An 8-point lead for Rowan in the early going here, keeping this crowd quiet. Slashing inside, Buckley, good aggressive take for his first basket.
That's good speed by Buckley and a great screen set by Seiki to free Buckley for that layup.
Butler holding it up top, waiting for Rowan to get set offensively. And bodies hitting the floor all over the place. Robinson got fouled away from the ball. They're going to call it on Buckley. That's the fourth team foul, first on him. And McCarron subbing back in for Rowan.
We'll see Buckley take a seat on the bench after that foul, along with Seiki.
Yep, Herbert and Ntanemwa comes back in. Ross turns and fires up the three ball off the back iron. Ntanemwa comes down with the rebound. Catholic into the front court. Halfmeister guarded by Ross. Halfmeister's been quiet in this first half so far. Still looking for his first bucket off the mark. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be a jump ball, and the arrow is with the Cardinals.
Yeah, and as you said, a quiet start to this first half for Jesse Halfmeister as he tried to bull his way inside.
The timeout, baseline inbound, trailing by 6.
Yeah, it was a fast start on offense for the Cardinals. They scored 15 points in the first 4 minutes, but just 10 in the last 8.
Well, they started out 5 for 5 from 3. They've only attempted 1 since then. Herbert saw McCarron was on him and immediately went to work with the lay-in. Three ball at the other end from Knoll. And boy, he can step out and knock down that 3 ball with the best of them as well. A top 15 scorer in the country this year with 9 in the early going.
And that's frustrating if you're NCM-wise. He was right there in the face of Knoll, but Knoll was still able to get that 3 to fall.
Herbert trying to drive in again. Halfmeister has it ripped away by Robinson. Butler running it. Knoll driving along that baseline. Goes up into Herbert. Swatted away. Nice defensive play from Herbert.
Great up and down defense by Herbert. As I thought originally that the refs were going to call a foul on that, but no whistle as we play on.
That was good recovery defense from Rowan to prevent the break. I forgot to mention Knoll had to get a couple stitches after the game yesterday. Halfmeister's 3 is off, but he got a cut late in that game yesterday, right above his right eye, which caused him to miss some time down the stretch in that one. Hasn't looked to affect him so far in this game.
He also ended up getting blood on his jersey yesterday, which forced him to put on a number 14 uniform for the final few minutes of that game.
A bucket here would give Rowan their largest lead of this first half. Here's Mears trying to drive at Buckley, then gives it up. Ross on the left wing. Ethan Hines trying to cut him off. Ross to the rim, off the rim, and no good.
Yeah, it's good defense by Hines without fouling. Able to bother that shot enough by Ross.
Seiki works to Timby. Timby looked like he was going to pass it off, then adjusted in the air and hit the floater.
That's a tough shot off the double clutch. I thought he was going to pass it off as well, but at the last second decided to hoist up the floater, and he's able to get it to fall.
Mears has 1 3 in the half, that one off the target, and Halfmeister gets the board.
And this is a big few-minute stretch if you're the Cardinals, as they now only trail by 5, trying to get themselves back into this game.
Timby worked to Buckley. He shot it well from deep last night. That one's off. Rebound 4, and McCarron comes down with it and then loses his footing. Luckily, no one for the Cardinals was back there, so Mears just able to get it and bring it up himself.
Yeah, Amos crashed to the floor on that rebound. McCarron picked it up and then tripped over Amos.
Knoll up over Seiki, too strong. In the corner, Halfmeister trying to get it going for himself. Another miss, and he's still scoreless in this first half. And then there's a foul on Buckley trying to cut off Mears. And I believe that's his second, 15 foul.
Yeah, Buckley tried to beat Mears to the spot, but Mears so fast, getting to the spot first and drawing the block on Buckley.
Herbert comes back in, as well as Ruoff and Kelly for the Cardinals. Mears guarded by Kelly on this right wing. Now up top to Ross, trying to get around Hines. Tough jump shot off the mark. Catholic's going a little cold from the floor here. Now just 10 of 26. Here's Tommy Kelly at the foul line, knocking down a jump shot.
And whenever the Cardinals have a dry spell on offense, they turn to their leader, Tommy Kelly, as he was able to knock down that free throw line jumper.
Makes it a 3-point game. McCarron with a 3-ball.
That's a big shot. Just the first field goal attempt of the first half for McCarron off the bench, as he's able to nail his first 3 of the tournament.
All his points yesterday came at the foul line. This time coming up with a 3-ball, whistle away from the ball. They get the foul on Marcellus Ross. That's his first, 15 foul on the Profs. Jake Timby subbing back in for the Cardinals. Hines will take out the baseline pass. They get it into Herbert. Herbert trying to find a way to get around. He's getting caught for a travel.
Yeah, as he just lifted up that pivot foot before getting that pass off his hands. And a tough turnover by Herbert, as he's had a rough first half in foul trouble as well.
Butler walking it off the floor. Rowan. Trying to keep this offensive prowess going. Here's Knoll going to work inside. Good defense from Seiki, but he tipped it out of bounds, so we'll stay down at this end.
Even when you get Jazir Knoll to miss, still beating you on the offensive glass, and he forces Seiki to tap that rebound out of bounds.
That's of 12 from behind the arc in this first half, and that has helped them open up this 6-point lead against the Cardinals. They've packed it out here at the DeForest Center once again after the thrilling win for the Cardinals last night. First time since 2013 that tournament action has been here at the DeForest Center, and there's Knoll doing what he does best, up over NTMWA.
Knoll's so good at that face-up mid-range jumper, as not much you can do if you're the Cardinals on defense.
Herbert, really aggressive there from the profs.
And the Cardinals missed NTMWA wide open under the basket.
Timby gets the screen to free him up, tries the three, and it's off the mark. Three balls have not been falling since the beginning of this first half. Catholic 0 of their last 5 from behind the arc. They send the double at Knoll. Butler rises up over Herbert, too strong. And we'll see if Catholic can end the first half like they did yesterday on a run to take momentum into halftime. Tommy Kelly with a bucket.
The Cardinals have slowed down for the most part of this first half on offense, but not Tommy Kelly, as he knocks down yet another mid-range jumper.
Feed goes to Knoll. NTMWA guarding him. They send 2 players at him. Robinson at the free throw line. Had it poked away, and NTMWA comes away with it.
That's great defense by Kelly, getting that steal and winning back the possession for the Cardinals.
Kelly again stops. Great defense from Mears to affect that shot.
Yeah, Mears got a piece of it, and that's going to go down as a block for Mears in the stat sheet.
Knoll a 3, and they're going to get Herbert with a foul, and I believe that's his 3rd.
That is his 3rd. As the rough first half on defense continues for Brian Herbert, as he's managed 6 points, but again, those 3 fouls, as he'll have to come out of the game once again.
And now 3 free throws coming up for Knoll. Knoll, a 78% foul shooter. He has taken and made the most on the squad this year. The first one off target. Correction on the second one. 3 subs coming in for Catholic. Buckley, Halfmeister, and Seiki in. Ross comes back in for Rowan. Knoll, a 2 of 3 trip, opens the lead back up to 8.
And you'll take 2 out of 3 of the line for Knoll, as Knoll had a rough free throw shooting night yesterday against Carnegie Mellon.
Catholic able to break the pressure in the backcourt. Trying to run a good set offensively here. Here's Buckley slashing in, fired a pass, and Mears tipped it out. I got to be honest, I'm not sure that one was getting through anyway.
Yeah, there was a swarm of yellow jerseys in that area as Buckley zipped that pass, trying to get it inside.
And honestly, him throwing it as hard as he did is probably the reason Catholic got the possession back. Seiki trying to body Knoll inside. The touch is off target. Knoll going to work on Seiki. Spinning, got him up in the air. And that's going to be another foul.
Yeah, and the pump fake by Knoll almost forcing the defense to commit that foul, as it would have been an easy layup otherwise.
And that's the second now on Seiki. So you got 2 big men for the Cardinals in foul trouble in this first half. Herbert with 3 and Seiki with 2.
Looks like NTMWA is going to come back off the bench to prevent Seiki from picking up that third foul with just a minute and a half to go in the half.
Knowles sunk the first foul shot. And make it 2 for 2. A double-digit lead for the Profs, their largest of this first half.
It's important for the Cardinals to not be trailing by more than 10 going into the halftime locker room, as Rowan will have a great chance of running away with this if they're up by that many or more.
Jake Timby trying to get around Ross. Now up top with Kelly. Kelly fading off the mark. And the offense has just faded during this first half for the Cardinals. They're now one of their last 5 from the floor. Tipped around, out of bounds. They're going to say it's Rowan ball.
Looks like a good call by the official, as it looked like it was off the hands of Tommy Kelly as he tried to corral that off the tip pass by NTMWA.
Ross turning into the 3, rims out. And it feels like the Cardinals got to win this last minute of the half here. Robinson again poking one away. He is so solid at the defensive end of the floor. Catholic does keep possession, however. Halfmeister still looking for his first points of the ball game. Kelly going to try a contested 3 ball. It's off.
Halfmeister looking a little bit hesitant on that pull-up, as he usually takes that jumper. But as you said, he's still scoreless in this first half as he gave it up to Timby.
And Rowan's going to run this clock down, probably smartly with the 10-point lead. Don't allow Catholic to get any kind of momentum going into halftime. Jazir Knoll on the baseline. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Spinning, ripped away by NTMWA. Ball on the deck. Rowan keeps possession. They got to get a shot off, and it's a shot clock violation. Oh, and the game clock wasn't right there, so they're going to have to take a look at that.
Yeah, a few more seconds came off the clock than they were
more
supposed
than a few.
to. Yeah, a little more than a few, as they'll have to fix this. It says.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was even a little more than that at the time the shot clock expired.
It did look like there was at least well over 4 seconds remaining in the half when the shot clock expired.
There was never a shot that got off to run the clock more. Kelly gets the 3 off. It's well off the mark. Halfmeister the tip in. They count the basket.
It looked like he just got it off before the expiration of the clock, and that's huge for Jesse Halfmeister, as if it counts, it's just his first basket of the first half.
It is. Out on the floor for the Cardinals, it's Kelly, Timby, Herbert, Seiki, and Halfmeister. For the props, Ross, Knoll, Butler, Mears, and Robinson. Knoll gets a touch. He had 9 in that first half. Marcellus Ross tries a quick 3 that's off target.
Yeah, Ross didn't really set his feet there as that 3 came up short.
He's now 3 of 9 from three-point land in the ball game. Herbert's playing with 3 fouls, so he's got to be extra careful on the defensive end. Kelly steps into a 3 ball off the mark, and the 3-point shooting continues to be a struggle for Catholic. One of their last 9 going back to the first half. Mears up over a defender, off the mark. Ross rips away the rebound and puts it back up and in. Halfmeister trying to get on the board. That one won't do it. And it feels like Catholic's really pressing on offense since the second part of that first half.
Yeah, they're still sticking with that 3 ball. As you said, 1 for their last 9 on that last trip, and now 1 for their last 10 after that miss by Halfmeister.
That foul was called on Seiki, and that's his 3rd, the first team foul of the second half. So Seiki and Herbert both with 3 fouls now. Knoll gets a touch now up top with Robinson, left all by his lonesome, and the 3 is off.
Yeah, it was a deep 3. He could have taken a dribble and taken a step in, but he decided to stay where he was, and he pulled the trigger on a shot that was a couple steps outside the arc.
Here's Timby spinning inside, and Mears rips it away, and then a foul behind the ball on Halfmeister.
Again, another steal for Khalif Mears, as he's been a nightmare all night for the Cardinals.
And not the ideal start for the Cardinals. Remaining to be sluggish offensively, Dan Buckley is going to sub in for Catholic. Actually, they change their minds and bring him back to the bench. That was just the first foul on Halfmeister, 2 on the Cardinals. Mears going down that right side. Kelly hits the deck. The ball got knocked away as well. And we'll stay down at this end with a baseline inbound.
Surprised there was no whistle as Kelly got bulldozed by Mears, but no whistle for either side.
Comes into Knoll. Up over Herbert. Good shot contest. That's off. Halfmeister pulls down the rebound. And there's a steal from Mears. Gliding in. He puts it up.
And Mears reading the eyes of Halfmeister, and a lazy pass in the backcourt by Halfmeister, leading to the steal and the layup by Mears.
That puts him in double figures with 11. Kelly gets an open look off the screen and a much-needed 3 for the Cardinals. That broke a 1 of 10 stretch. And then a whistle. Not sure what the issue is. Oh, Kelly's bleeding on his elbow there.
A little blood on the right elbow. As he'll quickly come to the sideline, and Tommy Kelly back onto the floor without missing any time. And we'll see how that tape affects Tommy Kelly's shooting as it's on that right elbow, that shooting elbow.
Here's Mears dribbling out at the top of the arc. Guarded by Kelly. Worked over to Robinson. Again, left alone. Again, tries the 3. This time knocks it down. That just feels like too much space to be given a player.
Yeah, at this level, you almost can't give a player like that much separation. As that time, Robinson was able to make them pay.
Lead has grown to 14 now. Seiki hands it off to Halfmeister. Halfmeister gliding in off the window and good for his first bucket of the ball game. And the Cardinals need more of that to try to fight back into this one.
And that's huge. As Halfmeister, the leading scorer on this Cardinal team, as they can try to get him going as they now trail by 12.
Here's Marcellus Ross trying to go to work on Halfmeister. Worked up top to Butler. Butler gets down on the right block. And off the glass and no good. Rebound by Seiki. Timby, they try to throw a double team at him. It doesn't work. Now Seiki, room to drive in, goes around Robinson. Heads up play. A lot of guys just go right at the defender there. And it leads to a charge. Seiki driving in, getting the bucket. Kelly trying to get this crowd on its feet here in D.C.
Crowd now back into it. They're only down by 10 now.
Robinson left alone again, and this time it's short. Chance to cut it to single digits. Timby in the corner. Working his way inside up where Robinson got whacked and will go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's a bad foul. That's a tough shot by Timby. Not his forte, but bailed out by the defense, and he'll now get 2 at the line.
Not a lot of free throw opportunities for Catholic so far. They're 4 of 4. All have been made by Brian Herbert. And Timby off on the first foul shot.
Just a little bit rushed on that first free throw by Timby as Kelly telling him to relax before he shoots this next free throw.
You mentioned this. This has actually been a strength for Catholic this year. They're top 25 in the country in free throw percentage this season, but hasn't been their forte in these first couple games. Timby does make it on the second and gets it down to a single-digit game. Ross, after a hesitation, pulls the trigger and sinks it.
That's a big shot as it quiets down this crowd and pushes the Rowan lead back to 12.
Marcellus Ross, 16 to lead all scorers, his 4th make from downtown. Timby slashing into the corner to Seiki. Looked like he had a Easy chance at a lay-in. Seiki, nice spin move to free himself up.
Yeah, discarding the defender with that spin move and an easy layup.
And Halfmeister was grabbing Ross and he tried to drive by him there.
Yeah, and the crowd doesn't like that call. They thought there wasn't enough contact to get Halfmeister for that foul.
Out of the media timeout, Rowan in possession. They've been in control of this one over the last several minutes of game time. Catholic crowd remaining in it. Ross up into two defenders. A nice touch on the putback after missing the initial shot.
That's great control on the putback by Ross, able to use just one hand to get that to go off the glass.
Dan Buckley, a quiet night for him so far after an impactful 15-point, 14-rebound performance yesterday. Jake Timby driving inside. He's been more aggressive and gets the finish.
Yeah, the last time Timby drove in, he ended up kicking it to the corner to Seiki, but this time being aggressive and taking it in with the right hand.
Puts him in double figures with 10. Ross, step back three after creating space. This one rims out.
That's a great move by Ross, just unable to finish the play.
Enzo Seiki driving inside, lost his footing, and will get the travel call.
That's unfortunate, as he would have had a great look at the basket. Unfortunately, slipping after that pump fake.
And a few subs being made by Catholic now. Halfmeister, as well as NTMWA subbing in. Mears, pass taken away by NTMWA.
And that's what NTMWA gives you off the bench, defense and rebounds.
Tommy Kelly bounce pass to Hines. NTMWA down on the block. Trying to motion some guys through. Steps around Nolan, finishes.
Yeah, NTMWA, a crowd favorite here at Catholic.
Pass almost thrown away. Instead, Mears all the way to the rack. What a way of composing himself. And the crazy thing about it, he never came out of his sprint, it felt like, that whole time.
Yeah, Mears so fast and such great control as Buckley finishes plus the foul.
With the N1, a much-needed, perhaps momentum shifter there for the Cardinals. And you see Catholic starting to get more aggressive heading towards the rim. They got a little happy with the three ball at the beginning of this first half.
Yeah, still plenty of time left in this game as they now only trail by 8, as Buckley can make it a 7-point game at the line.
And now there's 7 of their last 8 from the floor. The foul on McCarron, that's his second team foul. Buckley trying to cash in on the bonus foul shot. It's off. Rebound tipped around, and NTMWA was the last one to touch it. Spivey and Amos came in for the Profs during that stoppage. Here's Mears driving down the right side. NTMWA with the stuff. Pass up the floor to Hines. Hines driving in for 2.
And that gets this crowd going as it's now just a 6-point game and a timeout taken by Rowan.
Timeout by Rowan. We'll take a break. Out inside of the 4 center. Catholic has gotten this deficit back down to 6.
Yeah, Joey, that mini student section under the basket on Rowan's side, on Catholic's side, was rocking during that commercial timeout.
Ross has been a big part of what Rowan's done offensively tonight. Works it over to Mears. Mears tried to use a screen to get free. They switch Kelly onto him, down to 8 on the shot clock. Ross back to the goal, now 4 to shoot. Has to go up over Hines and draws a foul.
Yeah, and a little bit of a dive into the body of Hines by Ross. But the officials calling the foul, and now Ross will get 2 at the line.
This will be the first trip to the foul line of the second half. For the Profs, they are 9 of 11 so far tonight. Ross steps up and sinks the first foul shot. Sakey's coming back in for Catholic. Robinson and Knoll checking back in for the profs. Actually, Robinson's coming in for the shooter, so he'll wait a second. And Ross got them both. It gives Marcellus 20 on the night. Catholic 8 of their last 9 from the floor. Started to find some answers on offense. Enzo Sakey rises over Spivey. The three is too strong. Robinson charging up the floor, driving right at Hines. His tough angle lay-in is off. Now Halfmeister, aggressive all the way to the rim.
Yeah, splitting the hole in that defense, and now that's 4 points for Jesse Halfmeister.
Just his second basket. Mears trying a rare 3-ball. It's short. Almost ripping it away from Sakey. Catholic keeps possession, though. Hines, he does have a poke free. Mears is all over the place. At the other end, the layup is no good. Spivey on the offensive glass will kick it out.
Yeah, just the persistence of Mears not getting the steal in the backcourt, but then following the play and getting the steal in the front court.
He had to go against, it felt like 3 different Cardinals come away with that. McCarron, deep 3-ball is off. Hines gets the board. Tommy Kelly coming around a screen from Sakey. Gives it back to him. A ball fake. Back up top, Kelly. They switch Spivey onto him. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Kelly fading in the lane. Yes.
And that is the textbook shot by Tommy Kelly. The leaner in the mid-range, and now it's a 4-point game.
The closest it's been since late in the first half. Down to a 4-point ball game.
The crowd rising to its feet now in the DeFore Center.
Rowan just 1 of their last 7 from the floor. Spivey tries to put it on the deck. Back out to Mears, 8 on the shot clock. Mears at the baseline, rises off the glass and no good. Knoll fighting for the rebound, got fouled. And now take it. Two free throws coming up for Knoll out of the timeout after the foul was called on Buckley, and Knoll left the first one short.
And now the crowd rising to its feet again, and it's loud.
That it is. Knoll does knock down the second, making it a 5-point game. He's got 18 on the night. Feels like he could just trip and fall into 20 points whenever he wants to. Halfmeister driving. They don't stop him. And you definitely got to get in front of 12 when he's driving down low. He's got 6 now in the second half.
Yeah, and they've all been inside as the 3-ball has not been falling this evening for Jesse.
No, isolated on Sakey. Down on the baseline, and they're going to get a foul on Sakey.
That's a bit of a soft call by the official as Sakey barely even made contact with Knoll, but almost an immediate whistle by the official.
That was his 4th foul as well, so he has to head to the bench. They say he got 2 hands on him, which is usually an automatic foul call, but like you said, wasn't a lot of contact on the play. This Rowan team is so good at drawing fouls. Knoll gets it in the corner, guarded by Ntiemwa. Almost had it tied up, falls to the floor. Herbert takes it away. Sprinting in transition to the rim. Robinson whacked him, and he'll take a trip to the line.
And that last play was more of a foul than the last call they made. But that time, swallowing the whistle, and now Herbert will get 2 at the other end.
That's the 3rd on Mikey Robinson, 3rd team foul on Rowan. Herbert 4 for 4 at the free throw line tonight. Knocks down the first one. And Catholic, once again, much like yesterday, facing adversity, able to fight back. And now they're within a bucket after that second free throw falls out. Butler waiting for some motion to run through. Now we'll reset. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Up top to Knoll. Tried to get that three ball up. NTM got a hand in the face. Booty driving inside and gets whacked. And will shoot two. They're going to call it on Timby. And now Rowan in the bonus, much like we saw yesterday.
And that time it was a good call by the officials. There was contact on the arm of Booty Butler on the way up.
Butler on the first free throw, sinks it. And this crowd living and dying by every shot at this point. Coming up on 9:30 remaining. Both teams trying to get to the Sweet 16. Butler knocks down both. Pressure in the backcourt after the made free throws. Almost a steal. Timby rips it away, though. Halfmeister looking to attack, fading on the baseline, off the mark, tipped into the corner. Hines saves it, but nobody there for Catholic to get it. Now a chance at transition. Marcellus Ross a three. Yes, sir.
And that save attempt by Hines backfiring big time on the Cardinals as Ross was able to get an open look for three at the other end.
Opens it back up to a 7-point lead. Timby stopping, three ball. Yes. Actually, no, they call it a two. As it looked like at first the official held his arm up as if it was a three. Other officials said two.
It did look like Timby was very close to the line. I would not be surprised if this call is changed to a 2-point basket.
I believe officially it's supposed to be a two. We're waiting for the scoreboard to change. There it goes. Knoll gets inside, off the mark, gets his own miss, and throws it back up and in. Definitely got to get a body on number one when there's a shot going up.
Yeah, that's 20 points on the evening for Knowles. The Cardinals have had trouble keeping him out of the paint all night long.
Ntiemwa off the Halfmeister. Halfmeister picks up his dribble. 7 on the shot clock, up top to Hines. Hines down the left side. They call reach in on Butler. Second foul on Butler, fourth team foul. McCarron back into the game for the Profs. Herbert coming in for Catholic. Timby driving at McCarron, got the basket and the foul.
And that's a tough shot by Timby, putting the floater up over the shorter Chris McCarron, and now Timby will try to make it a 4-point game at the line.
As soon as he saw him on him, he was going up. After making the bucket over McCarron and drawing the foul. Catholic 6 of 9 at the charity stripe tonight. And Timby converts. 67-63, final 8 minutes of this second round NCAA tournament matchup. We've been treated to some great games here this weekend. Knoll spinning. They're going to call it on the floor, but Rowan's in the bonus anyway. And they call a hold there on Herbert, and that's his fourth.
Yeah, the Cardinals just 2 fouls away from now giving up 2 free throws to Rowan down the stretch with still 7:58 remaining.
Knoll has a couple misses at the line tonight, but knocks down that one. Ntiemwa back in for Catholic.
Now an important story for the Cardinals as Enzo Seiki comes back into the game, playing with 4 fouls with still just under 8 minutes to go.
And it's almost, you wonder, you can't put him on Knoll at that point because you got to play so aggressive to slow him down. So you got to think that Ntiemwa will be on that assignment. Catholic gets it across in time. Mears trying to pick it away from Halfmeister over to Timby. Ntiemwa trying to go to work and ripped away by Knoll.
Yeah, it's an ambitious take by Ntiemwa, but Knoll able to sniff it out and knock it out of bounds.
Tommy Kelly back into the game for Buckley. Inbound comes into Seiki. Has Ross on him, and that's going to be a goaltend after Knoll swatted it off the backboard.
I believe that shot was also on the way down when Knoll got a piece of it.
I also don't believe it was going in. So, and now the scoreboard is off.
They counted that basket for, I believe they counted it for Rowan instead of Catholic. And
they sure did.
And now we've got a conundrum on the scoreboard.
It's 69-65. Not sure exactly how we've gotten to it because it wasn't running. And it's going to be Rowan ball, 25 on the shot clock. Whipped in the corner, Robinson. They've left him deep for three a couple times. This time he goes driving inside. Tried to feed it to Spivey. Wrapping around Mears. Bank shot, got it.
Yeah, the Cardinals almost daring Robinson to take a three, as he has hit one, but he missed his other three.
That time doesn't pull the trigger, and that's tough to hit it off the glass when you're in full speed like that from Mears. Great touch by the junior. Timby slashing inside, goes right at Knoll, lost the handle on the way up. Ntiemwa trying to take it away. It's out of bounds, and it's going to be Catholic possession. What a hustle play by Ntiemwa to force the turnover.
Yeah, officials letting him play for the most part, as Timby had a lot of contact on that layup and then a lot of contact by Ntiemwa on Knoll, but eventually they call it out of bounds off Knoll, and Catholic's got the ball back.
Inbound comes into Seiki. Timby, floater, high off the glass. That one almost touched the ceiling, but it drops.
It almost touched the clock at the top of the backboard, but eventually it fell for Jake Timby.
And just a silly foul there. As I thought it was Seiki for a second. It was actually Halfmeister. Spivey got him up in the air. And we'll go to the line to shoot two. That's the third on Halfmeister.
And that would have been big, as that would have fouled Enzo Seiki out of the game with still 6.5 to play.
So Spivey takes his first trip to the free-throw line tonight and got the bounce off the front of the rim. Buckley back into the game for the Cards. And Spivey halfway down and out on the second one. Here's Halfmeister, rising with a hand in the face, doesn't matter.
And that's the first time Jesse Halfmeister's gotten that jumper to fall, as it's now just a 3-point game with 6 minutes left.
And that's the game we're used to seeing from Halfmeister. Mears, got Seiki up in the air, banks it in.
It's such a tough shot by Mears, even hesitating, and let Seiki come back down to the floor and still got it to go.
Into the corner, Halfmeister trying to heat check three off the mark. Spivey comes down with the rebound. Robinson running the break, driving right at Buckley. Great shot contest. Ross, the putback is off, and Seiki comes down with the board. Both teams digging in here. Halfmeister almost lost it there. Seiki trying to post up. Now Kelly driving inside, and he got fouled by Knoll.
Yeah, strong take to the basket there by Kelly. A little bit late on the whistle by the official, but ultimately Kelly will get 2 at the free throw line.
Only the first personal foul on Knoll, 15 foul on the Profs. And Tommy Kelly taking a trip to the free throw line where he knocks down the first one. This is Kelly's first trip to the foul line tonight. Catholic now 8 for 11.
And if you're the Cardinals, you have to make almost every free throw that you get at the line, as they have not gotten a lot of opportunities tonight against this tough Rowan defense.
And you can guarantee that they're going to get a few down the stretch here. Ross confidently turns into a triple that he sinks.
Yeah, a little bit late on the closeout by Halfmeister, and that's all that Marcellus Ross needs to drain a 3.
I mean, if you give him an inch of space, he's pulling the trigger. A foul away from the ball now. They're going to get it on Spivey. 6th-team foul. 24 points for Marcellus Ross.
Catholic now almost into the bonus, and that's huge with still 4:58 to go.
Halfmeister gets it in the corner. Buckley dribbling up top. Coming through the screen. Aggressive drive. Double clutch. Don't know if he needed to, but he made it nonetheless.
Yeah, a little bit unnecessary by that move by Buckley, but still able to get it to go with the offhand. Wasn't even almost looking at the basket.
Crowd remains loud here in D.C. Ross again and got bumped. Not only is that 3 shots, that's a 4th foul now on Halfmeister.
Yeah, and Halfmeister frustrated, trying to fight through the screen by Spivey to get that closeout on Ross, as he had just drained one in Halfmeister's face on the last possession. But at this time, he gets called for a foul as he was fighting through the screen by Spivey.
What a game by Marcellus Ross. This is a senior class for the Profs that are in their 3rd NCAA tournament. And it's looked like it with how they've played in these 2 games so far this weekend.
Yeah, Joey, a much better shooting night for Marcellus Ross. He had a rough game against Carnegie Mellon last night, but came in locked and loaded this evening, and now has a chance to make it a 7-point lead for Rowan.
He's 2 for 2 at the line tonight, and calmly swishes the first one. Ross off on the second. Herbert and Timby into the game for Catholic. There's now 3 guys playing with 4 fouls on the floor for the Cards.
And it looks like Coach Kelly's going to let it ride with Enzo Seiki still playing with those 4 fouls.
Ross makes 2 of 3 to get the lead back up to 6, and Mikey Robinson back into the game for Rowan. He subs in for Spivey. Timby gets it into Halfmeister. Up the floor to Kelly. Now whipped over to Timby, and they'll settle into a half-court set. Robinson tried to draw the offensive foul, doesn't get the call.
Looked like a bit of an embellishment there by Robinson.
Herbert spinning and got fouled. They called on Knoll, that's his 2nd, team 7th. Shooting foul, so 2 foul shots coming up for Herbert.
Yeah, and Herbert's been the main player for the Cardinals. Whenever he's gotten in, he's earned free throws at the stripe, using his size and length to draw fouls on the Rowan big men.
He's 5 for 6 at the free throw line tonight so far. Got the first one. Herbert, friendly bounce on the second. 79-75, final 4 minutes. Butler dribbling. They get it up top to Ross. Ross knifing inside off the glass and no good. Rebound fought for. Robinson comes down with it. It's off of Nolan, out of bounds. And almost a third chance there for Rowan. And that'll take us to the under 4 media timeout. We got an exciting finish brewing here. Catholic in possession, down by 4. They've been trailing this whole second half. The lead was as large as 14 at one point. They've hung around and given themselves to try to steal this one down the stretch. Tommy Kelly stops and pops at the foul line. It's off. Halfmeister comes soaring in for the rebound, and he got fouled. It looks like they pointed to Butler for the foul. That's who it goes on.
And that's a huge call, as it's going to be now 1-1 at the line for Jesse Halfmeister.
Yep, Catholic in the bonus. And that's the third foul called on Butler. Jesse to the foul line. High arcing free throw is good.
And that's just pretty, as it didn't even touch any part of the rim.
After a scoreless first half, he stepped up in a big way in this second half for the Cardinals. And he makes 2 clutch foul shots there to make it a one-possession game. The gym perhaps the loudest it has been so far tonight. Worked up top, Robinson hesitates on the 3, gets it to Ross. Ross into the lane, up with the left hand, got it. 28 points for Marcellus Ross.
And that's a tough take inside, fighting through the contact by Jesse Halfmeister.
Ross's career high was 34 against Susquehanna last season. Actually, 2 seasons ago, rather. Seiki thought about going up, kicks it back out to Halfmeister. Halfmeister trying to get around Robinson all the way to the cup.
You could see Halfmeister at first wanted to take the 3, but realized he had a better shot in mind, and he's able to get an easy layup to go inside.
These 2 teams trading blows back and forth. Now it's Mears at the other end. Mears trying to blow by Kelly, got a foul called.
Yeah, the crowd doesn't like the call, but it's ultimately a good call by the official, as there was a little push from Kelly on the shot by Mears.
And he just had to do so much to try to keep Mears in front of him. Usually there's a lot of contact when trying to get into position. Khalif Mears to the line, got the first one. 18 points for him, and as you'd expect, 28 from Ross, 22 from Knoll, and 18 from Mears. They're the 3 that have gotten the props to this point. And a 2-for-2 trip there for Mears.
Yeah, almost 70 points combined between those 3 players of the 83 that Rowan has scored tonight.
Slip to Seiki. Seiki driving inside, stops off on the lay-in. Mears comes down with the rebound.
And now numbers are the other way for the props.
Mears trying to go coast to coast, and he does. What a burst there for Khalif Mears to get him to 21 points. Tommy Kelly rising, a must-have 3 is off. Ross comes down with the board. Getting into desperate time for Catholic defensively. They need a stop. Down by 6 with 1:40 to go. Work to Robinson. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Butler, pump faked. Then shoots the jump shot. It's off. Kelly gets the rebound. That's the stop the Cards needed. Now they need a score.
Yeah, you almost have to play perfectly down the stretch if you're the Cardinals. Can't allow many more baskets or empty trips in the other end on offense.
Halfmeister rises for the triple. Yes!
And finally, Jesse Halfmeister knocking down his first 3 of the evening, as it's now back to a 1-possession game.
That pump. Here we go. Full length of the court to travel for the Profs. Protecting a 3-point lead coming up on the final minute of regulation. This crowd trying to will the Cardinals to a stop.
And you need to stop here if you're the Cardinals, if you want to have a chance to try to tie this game up.
Rowan taking time off the clock. Now 8 on the shot clock. Wrapping around is Butler. Down to 6 to shoot. Hits the deck. Seiki trying to rip it away. He does. Catholic gets the stop they needed. You don't need a 3 just yet. Still plenty of time to play things out. Halfmeister inside. What a play by Ross. Takes it away.
And now you almost have to foul if you're the Cardinals. Just a couple seconds separating the shot and game clock.
And that's what Kelly will do. Marcellus Ross, what a big-time stand inside on Halfmeister, who've been getting to the rim at will in this second half.
Yeah, that's a huge stop, and then a huge play by McCarron to keep the ball in, as it might have been off the hands of Ross if it had gone out of bounds.
That foul kills the shot clock as well. And like you mentioned, you had to foul. There wasn't enough time to let the shot clock run down. And it's going to be Booty Butler to the line, where he is 4 of 4 tonight. Just making one would make it a 2-possession game. Butler sinks the first.
And you got to wonder if Coach Kelly's going to burn that last time out if this free throw falls by Booty Butler.
Second one is off. Helps Catholic out a little bit. Needing a quick score. Halfmeister going all the way to the rim. It's off. Some contact, no whistle. And that's a key miss there from Catholic. And now Rowan. A chance to make a couple foul shots. And now Khalif Mears trying to continue to build on this lead. And he got the first one. And again, just a team that they're so good at getting to the free throw line. They're going to get the 30 attempts in this game again after well over 30 yesterday.
And now they're right around their season average in points, as that free throw gives them 88 on the night.
And Rowan takes a timeout with a 6-point lead. And 16.4 seconds remaining, and now Catholic out on floor.
Yeah, but a valiant effort by the Cardinals in the second half. A much better offensive second half, as they shied away from the 3-ball and worked it more inside and were able to score a lot more in this second half and make it a close game.
Going to need a quick 3. Kelly works it over to Buckley. Buckley steps into the 3-ball, well off the mark. Ross a rebound. He's fouled. And with 8.4 seconds, the Profs can taste the victory. That silence is deafening here now, isn't it?
And that's just about do it, as some of the fans are now starting to leave for the Cardinals with still 8.4 seconds remaining.
And it's always a tough environment to walk into, right? All of a sudden you're playing in a packed house, all rooting against you, but Rowan really thrived in that role here tonight. A lot of it due to this guy at the line.
And if Ross can hit this free throw at the line, that would give him 30 points. A huge performance to propel Rowan to this Sweet 16 trip.
Off on the second, Catholic a rebound. It's pretty much elementary at this point. Kelly gets the 3-ball up. It's good. 1.2 remains, but a 4-point ball game. The only thing you're really playing at is a steal and a foul. The counterpunch, they would come down and hit some big shots of their own. Again, it's been the 3 horses that they've rode in on.
And it was led by Marcellus Ross, as he hit a huge layup to give Rowan a 4-point lead with just 2 minutes to go.
The Profs come to D.C. and pick up 2 victories, and will head to the Sweet 16 for back-to-back seasons.